Let's have fun. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, on the app, everywhere. If you're ready, I'm ready. So let's do it. All right, good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet on ELEGBETETVRADIO. My name is Kessie Matthew or Idafi Matthew. Either ways you want to call it. And you love to come in the ELEGBETE Sports. This morning, they've got plenty of stories on the ground. The sports minister, hung out with the Super Eagles players, had a very good conversation. Let me read the press release from that one. I'll get to it as we go on the show. Barcelona are not bothered about not having money. The president is making promise that he will get Erling Haaland. He cannot stand Mbappe and Haaland playing for Real Madrid. And if he doesn't do anything, there's a possibility of that one. Southampton have a new owner. The fans will be crying for a new owner for a while now. The Chinese owner doesn't have the kind of money they need to invest and grow the club. It's just, the 80% owner Chan guy is just selling players trying to recover the money that he invested in buying the club. But this time around, they have a new owner and he's a European. So maybe, just maybe things might be different. I'll get to you on all of that. The Super Eagles, Austin Cerezo Iguavon. Do you know how the name Cerezo came about? Well, you have to wait for my podcast. He said that on my podcast. Some of you already know, some don't know. You have to wait for that podcast to say it. This year, we're going to have a lot of all of that. The podcast, the film room, and a lot. Okay, and hopefully this weekend I'll be going to India. Okay, good morning. Okay, this weekend I'll be going to Cameroon. I could also not go to Cameroon and be orchestrating things from here because I'm thinking that my radio show is really missing a lot. So I could find the balance. I'm trying to get somebody who would do the things that I need to do in Cameroon so that I can be here and cover up for the lost grants. But we'll see how I go. Let's get to the show directly. If you want to call in on the show, you know what to do. You know the deal is 07025000069. Okay, let me take it slow. 07025000069. Then if you want to send us a message on WhatsApp, it is 08034277165. All right. I'm not in the the best of myself this morning in terms of I've got some issues with my throat. I don't know. Ooh, my godfather is on the Instagram live. Uncle Ariwala, good morning. Good to see you. You're looking all chiefly royal these days. Love you, man. Love you to the very, very end. This man has supported me all my life. Like, I don't know what I did right, and I'm always fighting with him, but it supported me, loved me. Like every aspect, not just in my media space, corrected me when I need correction, pushed me even in marriage, in raising children, leading by example, see the way I, relate to these children, combining family and everything. Thank you very much, boss. You are an amazing person, a good role model to look up to. Thank you very much, sir. Okay, so guys, so there's this video that everybody has been tagging me on. Somebody at the Dakar Rama Stars game that ended 1-1. One overzealous fan. First of one guy, I don't know his name, but one guy was on the side of was wearing black t-shirt and a brand chinos trouser and a shoe. It was shouting on the referees. I don't know what happened in the game, but I'm going to say this, okay? Because somebody's been tagging me like, oh, Idafi, this one that happened now, you're pretending like you didn't see it. Yes, I saw it, and you don't want to talk about it. It doesn't happen elsewhere. Now that's the part that got me this morning. Somebody just said, if it's good to know, it have to be bragging about it. This one, he will not say it. Speak truth to power. Listen, I came into this job speaking truth to power. I don't think there's anybody, I don't know, but I'm not trying to claim it, but I'll tell you that there's nobody that speaks truth to power like I do. Because I don't curry favor from anybody. Okay? So I can say it, but the league that we're talking about, the MPFL. Let me just explain something to you people so you know my position. And then when you're coming at me, you come at me understanding my position. The Nigerian Professional Football League is an industry. My whole life investment is on that league. So if there is anybody who wants the league to do well, I am the one. You see this whole thing that we're here talking European football, we're just doing it temporarily. The real thing that we need to do is to promote that league. When I hear that Sky Sports pays Gary Neville or Garaga 4.5 million pounds per annum, I want to be able to pay that to somebody who is covering the league for Nigeria League for me. But if I jump on everything without waiting for facts, without waiting for the truth, and then just go, oh, Nigeria League is useless. I am burning the roof that is over my own industry, over my own investment. So we need to be very clear about that. I wish I could get Uncle Ariwala on this one. I really need to be able to get him on this one so that he could jump in on the conversation. This modern day phones that does not allow certain kind of things. I don't know. But let me see if I can get him on this one so that we'll talk about it a bit. And the reason why I need him to get on it. But let's explain my part. So I saw the video. And in my usual way, I went straight to, Okwari is there. I went straight to Shodiku, the authorities, the people that because we're not coming on social media to shout, does not mean we're not on top of it. We are actually on top of it. But you have to think, do you want to just make noise on social media, or you want the person properly punished? Okay, and I've seen people talk a whole lot of things on this matter. So let me bring and people say in media you don't say Uncle, well, this is a different type of media. This is podcast radio. This is not terrestrial. So I can say, if I see my header, I can say my header. Uncle Ariwala, good morning and welcome to the show, sir. Damn, I can't hear anything. Hello. Okay, can you hear me? Okay, now I can hear you.
I hear you very well.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
Okay.
So,
okay, I'm with you.
Okay, good. There is this video that came out, the Dakada versus Remo Stars game. And first off, let me say, the league have started very well and the results are beautiful. I love the results that I'm seeing. I love the clips of the games that I've seen. I love it. We could do better, but I love the result that I've seen so far. But then there are just a few ugly incidents here and there, and it happens everywhere all over the globe. But let's just put the spotlight on this one. What happened in that game? Do you have any update, any information on what happened in that game?
Thank you very much. And I like what you said earlier on. Who can put fire on the roof? Well, first of all, the LMC CEO, David Snow, he had made a public statement yesterday assuring the public that the LMC is investigating the matter. In the investigation, most of the time when it has to do with the football match, starts from getting the match report from the match commissioner and out of the center referee. It's not gotten by social media, WhatsApp video. It's gotten by those the LMC sent to present it there. Some people say the LMC doesn't. The LMC can only have representatives. It can be, people cannot be everywhere at the same time.
True.
There is no way we cannot be everywhere. So we send representatives by word of mouth, commissioners, match inquiries, and so far we also have who call match diligence, mainly stakeholders and journalists, who have been able to identify the person who assaulted the assistant referee, and he's an assistant coach at Nakada by name Sunday Tapia. That is as much as I can say now, because in the next couple of hours, they're going to release a statement on action he wants to take. People expect him and upload a video on Facebook or WhatsApp, LFC should jump into it and react. No. We have to make sure that we have every aspect of the matter stitched before we take action. And then those of them, like I said, will come in a few hours time from now.
Thank you very much for giving me that update. And I like the fact that you jump in on the conversation. I know you're a very busy man, and for doing this for me, thank you very much. I really appreciate this. Is you showing me great support. Toby Adequajo, I see you there. Thank you very much as well. And thank you to everybody who's really pushing and rooting for the Nigerian Professional Football League. I'm not ashamed to say it. My life's investment is on that. And I know that it will turn out good at the end of the day. We are just in the teething stage of it. In 1990, I remember the English Premier League was bedeviled with hooliganism. Between 92 and 1998, it was still struggling.
People are celebrating one ugly incident. They will have had 40 games this season. 1 out of 40. But the question they will bring to that it is NPFL. It's just 1 game out of 40. By the time we play the 380, maybe you may have 3-5 incidents. That is minus, maybe minus 10% of whatever ugly incidents you will have. So let people not judge by bad things. Bad things happen everywhere in the world. Even when Arsenal played the City the other day, some people felt the referee was not fair. Some people felt that if it's in Nigeria, they will tell the referee right.
Yeah.
These are the narratives we want to put.
Thank you very much. No problem. Thank you very much, and have for yourself a wonderful day. That is the great, the legendary Hariwala. Is everything in one. He's worked in communication. He's been a writer all his life. I remember I used to come to stadiums when I was playing in Port Harcourt anyway. And people say I always talk about Toby Adepoju. Now let me say something about Toby Adepoju. Right, this country that we're living, I'm not against anybody running abroad. I'll say it over and over again. If that's where your dream is, go there. People like Toby Adepoju are the heroes of the nation. But unfortunately, because of the way our country is, we don't value this kind of people. Toby Adepoju chose to follow the road that is least traveled, that people don't travel. Does he get it right all the time? No, just like me. I don't get it right all the time. He does not get it right all the time. Yes, he's human. We all are like that. But you see, you can't fault his engine, his passion, his desire, his love for anything Nigeria. And when I say anything Nigeria, whether it's football, whether it's beach soccer, whether it's volleyball, whether it's women football, whether it's tennis, he just wants to see it good. He's a dire fan of 3SC. He doesn't hide it. And people like this, I was saying to someone in a private conversation, I said, if Toby was a white person, we'll celebrate him the way we celebrate Fabrizio. Fabrizio is just, I'm not hating on him, sorry. But you know, he's just a journalist, like a regular journalist like you and I. But the thing is, because it's Toby Adepoju, he's a Nigerian, he's black, I beg you, leave me, that's one guy with the, that's how we see it. And that's something we need to reduce. I wish he could come in on the live anyway. But let's jump in on the stories that we've got. 2021 African Cup of Nations. Yes, it's 2021. It was moved to 2022 because of the COVID. So that headline is not bad. Federal government sent forth Super Eagles as President Buhari urged him to soar in Cameroon. The federal government of Nigeria, through the Ministry of Youth and Sports Development, on Tuesday night sent forth the Super Eagles to the African Nations Cup tournament in Cameroon with a dinner. So the well-attended event was held at the Transcorp Hilton Hotel, Abuja. The Minister of State for Finance, Budget and National Planning, Prince Clem Agba, the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Youth and Sports Development, Alhaji Ismail Abubakar, the Director of Federations and Elite Athletes Development, FEAD, Dr. Simon Ebiojaye, and Nigeria Football Federation's NFF Second Vice President, Alhaji Shewudiku, NFF General Secretary Dr. Mohammed Sanusi, and board member Alhaji Ibrahim Gusso and Yahaya Kwande were in attendance. Also at the event were the Special Advisor for the Honorable Minister of Youth and Sports Development, Mr. Femi Adebo, NFF Director of Communication Ademola Alajire, and NFF Director of Finance. Okay, the Honorable Minister of Youth and Sports Development, Sunday Dari, in his address to the team, read by Prince Clem Agba, said the Super Eagles are being sent forth as Nigerian ambassador and worthy representative to Cameroon as the 2021 African Cup of Nations tournament begins in a few days. According to him, Mr. President, as Muhammadu Buhari, believes the Super Eagles should, as the Super Eagles squad, have the skills and talent to excel at the AFCON in Cameroon, and over 200 million Nigerians are fully behind you. Wow, that's a huge support to have. Anyway, 3 times we have been champions of the African Cup of Nations, winning the African Cup of Nations. It was in 1980, 1994, and 2013. And many other times we have ended as losing finalists and bronze medalists. But this time around, we want you to strike gold in Cameroon on the 6th of February 2022 when the tournament final match will be played. We have followed your preparations for the tournament and have seen the challenges that you have faced with late release from your clubs, the COVID-19 protocol, injuries, and other factors. We urge you not to be deterred by these and rather see these obstacles as stepping stones to your success and glory. We are also appealing to you to demonstrate that Nigerian spirit, determination, focus is resilience, discipline, and conquest. Okay, on and off the pitch. Nigeria, the carry last. That's one of the things that we always say. Dari also urged the players to have self-belief and trust in the coaching crew led by Augustine Cerezo Owen Iguavon. Okay, you have to believe in yourself, be confident in your own abilities, and show trust in your coaches and officials. Okay. As you carry the hopes and aspirations of millions of Nigerians, be assured the support of the federal government. I hope that their funds are released anyway. Be patriotic, defend the green and whites. Nigeria fight for her pride and honor like the true soldiers and warriors that you are, and this nation will celebrate you further upon your return, the minister added. In his own remark, the permanent secretary of the Ministry of Youth and Sports Development, Alhaji Ismail Abubakar, thanked the Super Eagles for their patriotism and said the dinner was the ministry's little effort and encouraged them to give in their best and excelling at the Biennial Continental Football Showpiece. Don't forget that next year there's another African Cup of Nations coming up in Cote d'Ivoire. Definitely, we won't have club fighting for our players that time because it will happen at the end of the season in June. So that is how they send forth the team. I'm still working on getting the minister on a Zoom interview with us. So let's come back to that video that you guys are like, oh, you must talk about it, you must do this. See, that happens. We saw last season, last season or last 2 seasons, where Manchester United versus Liverpool didn't hold. It was last season. It didn't hold. Liverpool showed up for the game, it didn't hold. You guys didn't tear the EPL apart. You saw it as, fans protesting against the European Super League. I'm not condoning beating referees. I'm against it. As a matter of fact, I prescribe that the guy who was wearing black and brown should, because he's the instigator. I don't know what the legal position is. Then that guy who went to slap. But apart from that kind of, serving punishment, they should also be prosecuted for assault. And if you like, let it be 6 months in jail, you become an ex-convict. Let that one be done. But then there is one message that somebody sent to me. Let me read it. Hello, Idafo. My name is Joan. I can't believe that this video that happened in the MPFL have happened and you've not said anything about it on Monday or Tuesday, and you might even do your show on Wednesday and not say anything about it, because that's the way you are. You only talk about what is good about Nigerian league and never say anything bad about it. You always argue against anything that people raise that is negative. Well, I want to tell you this. I used to like you. I still do like you, but I think that your overconfidence and belief in the MPFL will destroy your image. Thank you very much. No problem. I need to hear your take. I will be waiting to watch your show on your Facebook page today, and I hope that you really give a good take on it. If not, well, it's as usual. I will not be disappointed. Well, let me give you this. I have already prescribed prosecution for them, but I don't work in the I don't work in the league. I'm not a league member. I cannot use my medium. Whenever I'm on air, there's a global viewership. It's live on YouTube. It means that people will watch it even after the show. It means that there's a lot of conversation that will come off it. We are not here to destroy our own. They are fighting in German league, in the Italian league. They try to cover it. I learned something. I was once aggressive like you guys, but then I learned something in 2014 when I went to the World Cup in 2014. So there's this thing that happened in 2014. So before 2014, I didn't actually know that matches are delayed up to 45 seconds, okay, for broadcast purpose. Now, what they do is, of those 32 cameras that are in the stadium, they always say that every time there is a scuffle in the stadium, pan to the side where the other side where the camera is not facing. So some other people are already committed to take the videos to a different direction. When the finals was played in Brazil, Germany, Argentina, when the president of Brazil came in, Lula da Silva, the lady then, the then president came in, they were chanting and insulting the president. But guess what? The broadcast audio that you were hearing at home was the sound effect, ambience, everything was going well. And then there was pitch invasion twice in that game. But the people, I was surprised that when I got back home, I asked my wife and people who were watching, and then they didn't see that. So he taught me a very brilliant lesson that, listen, protect the brand no matter what. It is very, very important. The World Cup is a minimum $4 billion business. You cannot be laundering the dirty part of the World Cup for everybody to see so that you show that you are a good president. And I remember when we were doing commentaries, we were warned every single day. They remind us, do not talk, when you're doing this commentary, do not mention negativity about the World Cup. If you do, they will unplug you and send you back home, revoke your pass, and that's the end of your broadcast. So even when you're broadcasting, you have to be very, very careful with sensitive issues. There is dangerous injury. Don't say it. What's the word now? Oh, there's a word I'm supposed to use, but I've forgotten it. Don't give a visual description of the injury. Just say that there's a tackle, there's an injury. You are told all of these things and told how to gloss over the negative picture, because your job is to actually market, sell, project, and amplify the beauty of the World Cup. And then when I came back, that was the turning point for me. People think that, oh, it's when I started this. No, that's not when I changed. I just realized that, okay, we've been doing things wrongly. You need to change it. And then the league, I'm going to tell you this. The league, I remember when Lucas Torreira was running the league, I realized that the more we talk good about the league, the more fans go to stadium, the more, you remember when Enugu Rangers won the league in 2016, the more we have more fans in the stadium, the more we have, more ambience, the league, the market is selling and all that. And that's where people like us will make money. If we don't do that, we will not make money. You want to hear me talk, but if I don't have lights, I can't pay for data, I can't pay the rent of this place, I will shut down. So I must put market. Now, does that mean I will stay silent to wrong things that are going on? No. Another video that came out was the one where they were using camera to check a goal that was scored. Now, people said, oh, the rest of the world is using VR. We don't. People talk about security, in relation to that. Let me explain the security issue. Security is a national challenge. It's not an LMC or MPFL challenge. I saw Obasanjo speaking on the channels organized, one that was broadcast on channel. I don't know if channels are the organizers, but it was speaking about state police and the challenge of police. Nigeria have police that can police 20 million people. The Nigerian police force, if you want to give it in terms of capacity, can only police 20 million people. And inside our police, there are a lot of barricades. Now, Nigeria is 200 million people. Nigeria is dealing with security issues all over the place. So, do you think that 10 matches of the Nigerian Professional Football League will be going on and the Nigerian police will prioritize sending, let's say, each stadium, 50 police in each state where matches are going on? Obviously, that will not happen. So, we trust ourselves to go to stadium and behave right. But then human emotions cannot be trusted most of the time. So, sometimes things will go out of place. Now, those people were saying that, oh, we went to use camera to do VAR. The most important thing is that a valid footballing decision was taken. So, if our VAR is not as fine as the one in Europe, good. All of you that are also on social media saying it, your mates are driving Maserati, Ferrari, Bugatti, and the rest of them. Do you have it? Does that mean you should kill yourself? The truth of the matter is we should start learning to understand that we are making the best of the situation that we have here. And not everything we should just mock and curse us and insult us about. The people that we're talking about, England, Europe, as good as their VAR, as their referees, they still make decisions that are wrong every single day. Fans still fight. We saw what happened at the Euros and all that. So, but the media did not bounce on it. So we should try to understand that all of these things would happen and continue to happen. It is how we now project it that matter. I'm not a media that is born out of sensationalism. I'm not a blogger. So a blogger can do that. It's fine. But I'm not a blogger. Okay? I have a mission, a vision for my media. If you're looking for a sensational story, I'm going to tell you, as bad as it is, and I'm sorry, it will hurt me to miss you because I need people. I will not be able to give you sensational story. I celebrate people. I prefer solution. I look for things that can make a team better. There are times too where I will blow off steam because there is something called enough is enough. But I can't pull down the roof of my house just because I want to impress people. I want people to see me like, oh, I'm trying to be as good as others. I posted something the other day that, look, if you research deeply, America have 300 million people, right? America have more prisoners, more people locked in prison in incarceration than China that have 1.3 billion people. That's a testament to a bad system. But you never see it on CNN, you never see it on Fox News, you never see it in the news, unless you have people who live in America. America have more homeless people than China. America have more people wrongly imprisoned than any other country on the planet. But you don't see that in the news. Does that make America a bad country? No, it's not a bad country, but I just use that as an example. So we should also understand how narrative work. I cannot do everything that everybody wants. Having said that, let's go to the comments that you guys are dropping on YouTube already. Jerry Sampson said, good morning, everyone. Good morning to you. Please, I want to know who's going to replace Odion. At this point, I don't think there's going to be a replacement. They wanted to bring in Akinkumi and Mao, but now they're going to Cameroon. I'm not sure. Odion is still fighting very, very hard, working very, very hard to get himself to Cameroon. The coach said yesterday that if he didn't get him by 5 p.m., he will replace him, but I don't think he's replaced him already. I've tried so hard to get to the coach. The coach is incommunicado. I guess he's very busy and a lot of people are calling him, so he's trying his best to stay focused. So we can understand that. Divine Tokoye said, good morning, bossman. It's great to see you. Hail and healthy. Happy New Year. Thank you very much. Yeah, we've really not communicated this. Wow, that's true. Javis Magua said Vactech. I don't understand. Okay. McDonald wife, you say, hi, bro. I love your show. Keep it up. Thank you very much. I'm really, really grateful. And then somebody wrote in Russia, Voong. I don't know what that is, but just leave it there. But I know that is a Russian name. And Akira Christopher, I said, nice one. Thank you very much, my brother. So we look. I hope that Odion goes to the camp. Maybe flying. The team is flying to Cameroon today. They get to Cameroon and Odion is there. But let me explain this Odion conundrum to everybody. When Al Shabab signed Odion was a retired national team player. And clubs always plan around this thing. They look, okay, this player is not going to be playing for national team. They are second on the log right now, 1 point, separated from the team on top. Odion is on fire, scoring plenty of goals. If he goes to the Nations Cup, he might get burned out. They don't have a player in the class, mold, or quality of Jude Odion Ighalo. Every club wants to win the league. And that's the thing that they are fighting for. Is Odion, fighting to come? Yes, he's fighting to come, but he's under contract. And we have to respect that part of the contract. So if the club says, oh, we're not going to let him go, there's nothing that CAF or the NFF can do. Real Jordan Mike on Instagram said, good morning, Mr. Idafne. It's really sad. CAF can't do nothing to hype this tournament. If it weren't for you, I don't think I will know anything about the Nations Cup. Well, I don't blame CAF on that front. I think it is the media that you're plugged into, right? So there are media. I must say there are media that are doing enough to hype the tournament. Yes, are they doing it? Can CAF do more? Yes, I think CAF can do more. But we all owe it a responsibility. That's why the internet is there, that there are people. One of the things that bothers me these days with African journalism, African media, is that we do too much WhatsApp media. Okay, so much conversation in WhatsApp group, but it's not venting out. And the stories are supposed to come out. WhatsApp is just for us to network, liaise. What's happening in your head? What's happening in your head? Let's relate. But now we're taking WhatsApp to be like the central place where we put our stories, and then there's no website for it. There's no that is the side that is bad. But we would grow. We would improve. We would definitely improve. It's a gradual process. We will definitely improve. That's what I have put my mind on, that we can only go forward on this matter. So let's look at some of the transfer gist and the other footballing story across the beautiful world of football. As now we listen to offer for 32-year-old Gabon striker Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who could leave the club this month. Okay, Rajizi, it's a club versus country fight. Talk about the Osimhen situation. Do you think he was pressured by the club to pull out of the AFCON? No, I don't think he was pressured by the club. The club was willing to let him go. But this is what I've got to tell you guys. The best thing that happened to Nigeria is Osimhen not going to the Nations Cup. Do I want him to play the Nations? You guys know how much I love Osimhen. Like Osimhen, how much I love him. I'm passionate about him. And I think that he's a guy that has the capacity to eclipse Samuel Eto'o's goal scoring record in the AFCON. Okay? He's a fantastic football player. But The injury that Osimhen got, that's the kind of injury that ends a footballer's career. The time frame between that injury and now, Osimhen have not recovered. I saw Osimhen from afar. I saw him and I was like, this guy's not ready. Okay, the face is still swollen. It's not looking really ready. So going to an African Nations Cup where we play jam body football, where sometimes we can be very ruthless, brutal, and heartless, we would have been taken into the Nations Cup and risk his entire career. So it's good that he's not going. He will be there for the World Cup qualifiers in March on the 22nd, and subsequently go to the World Cup by the grace of God if he doesn't get injured again. But I want to see. I keep saying audio. I want to see Osimhen fully recovered and well. Then he's back in action, banging, rather than patching him. That's what ended Marco Van Basten's career, and it has ended a lot of people's career. Putting a player that is half fit on the football, on a competitive game, is risking his career and also risking his life. I don't want to risk Osimhen's life or his career. It is better that he's fully fit, fully ready, fully recovered, healed. Then we get back on the field of play. The Gunners have made a 70 million euros, which is 58.3 million pounds offered to Fiorentina for 21-year-old Serbia for me. That's not all game money. That's not a vessel. Dusan Vlahovic, which would see Uruguay midfielder Lucas Torreira, 25, move to the Serie A club on a permanent basis. God, let them agree to this deal. I think I like that player. I love him actually, and I think I like the direction that Arsenal is going. Red Bull Salzburg German striker Nigerian-born German striker Karim Adeyemi, 19, is Borussia Dortmund top target to replace Norwegian striker Erling Braut Haaland. Dortmund are incredible in sporting talent that will replace this Aubameyang for Lewandowski, Haaland for they just know how to do it. Kudos to them. But it's about time they also focus on winning the league again. It's been a while, right? Braut Haaland, 21, Fiorentina's Vlahovic, Stuttgart or Austria forward Sasa Kalajdzic, 24, and Benfica Uruguay 22-year-old striker Darwin Nunez are also on the Bundesliga club shortlist. Please leave Vlahovic for Arsenal, please. I beg you in the name of God. Borussia Dortmund are keen for Haaland's future to be resolved before the end of January transfer window. Flamengo's Brazilian forward Gabriel Barbosa, 25, is open to joining Newcastle despite the club being involved in a relegation battle. The young man is ready to come back to Europe. Okay, Dutch midfielder Donny van der Beek, 24, will assess his options in January as the 24-year-old considers a move away from Manchester. All right, let's see how it goes. I think he should move. That's my opinion. Tottenham manager Antonio Conte, who deserves plenty of credit. I'm not a fan of Spurs. I don't like them, but Conte is doing a great job. Is yet to meet with chairman Daniel Levy to discuss January transfer. AC Milan's Ivory Coast midfielder Frankie Kessie, 25, is among the Italians' target. But we hope that Daniel Levy, who is tight-fisted, who's Akagon, will be able to release money for that to be done. Premier League side Brighton and Crystal Palace both remain keen on signing 22-year-old English striker Erling Nketiah from Arsenal in January. Let's hope that deal goes through. Blackburn Rovers want more than 30 million for 22-year-old Chilean striker Ben Brereton Diaz. Let's hope that they also pay them on that one. Roma are set to complete a loan move for Arsenal's English midfielder Ainsley Maitland-Niles, 24, this week. Paris Saint-Germain are interested in signing Barcelona's 24-year-old French forward Ousmane Dembele. You buy him, you buy hospital as well. Barcelona will look to sell Dembele quickly should the winger reject a new contract offer. Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola would be open to letting Spain defender Aymeric Laporte, 27, join Barcelona, but only if a deal saw Netherlands midfielder Frankie de Jong, 24, move to the Premier League club. That is a good deal. I was saying that Manchester City actually needs another defensive midfielder because I don't think that next season Fernandinho will be as hot as he's been in the last couple of years. I think he's winding down the clock, and Frankie de Jong is a good player that can come and replace him and play the Pep Guardiola style. I mean, coming from Ajax, playing for Pep Guardiola, but then Pep Guardiola is high-intensity version of that one. But I do hope. And I see you, my brother, if you are coaching, for me, the king of the cruiserweight. Come on, this guy is a boxer that So anything I say about him is biased, okay? That's what you people say, but I love him. I love everything about him on the ring, the square ropes, and off it. He's brilliant. He's funny. He's a nice guy. Oh God, I could say a whole lot. I could do a show about him. Thank you very much, if it's about Kochi, for joining in on the live Instagram today. Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola. Okay, I've said that. Italy forward Lorenzo Insigne will join MLS club Toronto in the summer after the 30-year-old Napoli captain agreed an 11 million euro salary. That's a good one. That's 9.1 million pounds. God, somebody come and sign me now. Come and sign me. Boy, I could do one more season. Well, I might break my leg on the field. Barcelona 21-year-old United States fullback Sergio Dest is not considering leaving the club amid interest from Atletico Madrid, Bayern Munich, and Chelsea. All right, let me give you an update from the Barcelona desk. What they're saying about the biggest transfer gist, the transfer market. Okay, Barcelona president Juan Laporta believes his club will be in the hunt for Erling Haaland this summer, as he has made the Borussia Dortmund striker his top transfer target. It doesn't matter what the money, the financial situations are, he is willing for it. It may come to the surprise of many, but Laporta insists that the Blaugrana will have the money necessary to make a play for the Norwegian international in the next transfer window. I'm going to sign Haaland next summer. Laporta is believed to have told colleagues behind closed doors. If we take him at his word that Barcelona have the economic side, okay, of things covered, then the next question surrounds whether the Catalans can present the best sporting project in order to convince the 21-year-old that the Camp Nou would be the best place for him to continue his career. That is something Laporta has already been working on and has spoken to Haaland and his agent, Mino Raiola, who's also a very good friend of Laporta. So that might just be the turning point. Oboki said, I am impressed with the progress of the MPFL. Thank you very much. The information dissemination is great, and the club's embrace of the social media is highly commendable. I hope my 3S, oh, wow, that's nice. I hope my 3SC will get it right. Okay, so for the sake of 3SC, what I want, I don't want 3SC getting relegated again. Well, they have a very good stadium, and I like the fact that the pitch, regeneration was very fast. That's something strange. Match day 2, the pitch wasn't good. By match day 4, I saw a very beautiful pitch. I've not seen that commitment and seriousness. I must commend everybody around 3SC, the Oyo State Governor, the Commissioner of Sports, and everybody for doing that. Now we need to sustain it over the course of the season and then subsequently continue to grow. And I like it when you people say this. If you live in Lagos now, you can easily go for 3SC's game because there is a train that takes you there and you can enjoy it. One of the things that I beg people to do is the way we, if I go to Emerick now, I will snap pictures, I'll put it out there, let everybody know. We should also snap pictures of our going to stadiums. Don't go to stadium. Hey, Benny, I see you. Don't go to stadiums for Nigerian games and spend the whole 2 hours plus that you spend in the stadium just looking for the fort. I'm just here for fort finding. I'm just hanging. Okay, so you won't talk about the service, the atmosphere, the ambience, the game itself, the players you spotted, but you're just waiting for one wrong referee decision, one thing that went wrong, just one thing. Oh, you went to the toilet, you didn't flush it. Then that's the one that you would amplify. I think that's the job that we need to do. Because one of the reasons why we love the Premier League is the way the fans behave. I mean, somebody created a YouTube channel that is making money, mad money, off fans' reaction from the EPL. Okay, so these are people who see things differently. We need to also do things like that. If you're a fan of 3SC, Gombe United, Wiki Tories, Lobby Stars, Canopilas, or Canopilas, as my other brothers would say, Eimba Heartland, Rangers, MFF, go to stadiums and fill social media with the joy of your attending matches. I mean, there's a good stadium in the Kenya for Remo Stars. There is a good stadium in Lagos, the Mobolaji Johnson Arena. There is 3SC Stadium, and then there are some other stadiums scattered across the country. If we begin to put out pictures and stories of our experiences, some experiences will be bad. Let's be very, very fair. Some experiences will be bad. But the world loves a good storyteller, okay? So if we can tell stories of your journey from point A to point B, the amala you ate before the match at, what's that place? Iwo Road in Ibadan. The Gala La Casera you took, all of those small side attractions, not just the game alone. we would have created a community that keep conversation going. I remember when Toby Adepoju, Wale Kodri, and a host of others started that let's support the MPFL. It was a great commitment that these guys made, and that's more the reason why I respect Toby Adepoju for the rest of my life. A great commitment and sacrifice that they made. They were traveling, Lo Kiri, Busayo, all of these people, Jane, Wanzi Francis, all of these people traveling, Kikorobo Monday, Dofia, all of them traveling all over the country. People like Andrew Randa, Fisayo Dairo, all of them traveling all over the country to make sure that we get popping stories of the league. You guys can take over. That's how it's done abroad. Okay, as we want the league to grow, the part that we're supposed to play, like the part that those people play abroad, we should play our part. Because if we don't play our part, it will just be one side. Oshobe and everybody walk, right? Carry me, make I carry you, and I make rice football too, right? So we must remember to do that, because if the league grows, some of the people that are even criticizing today will make more money than me that is sitting here saying, "Oh, you should do this, you do that." That's just the truth. Look at it from the economic side. Forget the whole, if we're speaking truth to power. Look at it from the economic side. If you look at it from that economic side, and don't forget that sometimes if we have more fans in the stadium, people get afraid to misbehave because they know that if they turn on me, they will beat me finish. So people get afraid to misbehave. Look at when Rangers won the league. The cathedral was always filled up. And then the atmosphere also make performance better. That's one thing I know as a football player. A packed stadium gives better performance. Look at when COVID came in and the players were playing matches, league matches, like they were playing friendly matches. Okay. Rajizi says that our stadium are not built like an entertainment center with good ambience. When we pack the stadiums, we would feel that ambience, right? It's a gradual process. All of these complaints that we're talking about our stadium, the USA 94 World Cup, go back and watch the clips. The stadiums were not well built. But because the stadiums were full, we felt the beauty of the stadium. Sometimes it is humans that bring that atmosphere, that ambience, that whole stuff. Okay, so it's something that we'll work on. Continuing the story of Barcelona, he said if we take him by his word, okay, no, sorry. He's spoken to the agent, with whom he has an excellent relationship, and his father also. Barcelona's big stars. There are many facets to Laporta's plan to persuade Haaland, and one of them is that he would be the team's major star and they would build around him. That's a guarantee he might not get elsewhere. The 21-year-old would, though, be surrounded by other quality young players, not only the likes of Ansu Fati, Pedri, Ferran Torres, but other signings that Laporte hopes to make in the future. Barcelona are planning optimistically for the future, and they hope that Haaland will buy into that and want to be part of it. The marketing potential for this deal is, as much as Haaland would be a PR gain for Barcelona, the win would perhaps even be greater. Okay, the other way around, being the figurehead of FC Barcelona would open a lot of doors for Haaland, and there would be companies queuing up to make him the face of their advertising campaign, meaning that although Barcelona would, of course, have to pay him his market worth in terms of salary, they may hope to convince him that a move to the Camp Nou would allow him to increase his off-field earnings more than at any other destination. I agree with you on that. I agree with them on that plan. But then there's competition for Real Madrid, and this is how it goes. Okay, it is not secret that Real Madrid are another of Haaland's big admirers, but he would likely be less of a star both in sporting and non-sporting sense, as Los Blancos in the squad with more big names and possibly Kylian Mbappe to come as well. Other options for him: few clubs can afford to dream of signing Haaland, but along with Barcelona and Real Madrid and Manchester City and perhaps their main contenders, given their financial muscles, Manchester United and Paris Saint-Germain are keeping tabs on the situation as well, because if Paris Saint-Germain lose Mbappe, they would like to have Haaland to replace him. And then there is also the small issue of Bayern Munich being interested in the player as well. Let's keep our fingers crossed and see how that goes. I hope that one day we'll be talking this kind of story, that clubs, top clubs, are battling and fighting over Nigerian players to have them on their team. But either ways it goes, we're happy that things are turning out that way. And let's not forget that Laporta also tested positive to COVID. So the COVID thing is every where every corner you turn, there's somebody testing positive to COVID. Just hope that we'll finally find a full cure for COVID, and then everybody will rest. And on YouTube, Device said this is the issue of Victor Osimhen and his use of social media. There is the issue of Victor Osimhen and the use of social media. For me, I don't see anything wrong with it because it is his style, but I would like to get your thoughts on the matter. I think we spent a lot of time talking about it yesterday on the show, myself and Emmanuel Sebastian. Just hang in there. The video will be uploaded after my show, and you will have my full take on that one. Ume Ikiki said Igalo have only 3 games to miss if he joins the Super Eagles. 3 games can also make you lose the title. That's just one of the things you should know. So the club are considering all of that. Igalo is their main star. It's not like it's one-off. It's their main star. If you take away Igalo's goals from Al Shabab this season, Al Shabab will be like close to relegation. So that's what they are considering. They want to win the league. Those 3 games that you're talking about, what if he comes back crook, like injured? Okay, it will be more than 3 games. Those are some of the things that they are looking at. I don't blame the club. I don't blame the club. They have a reason because they signed a player that have retired from international duty. You need to consider that this is business. It's not sentiment. A business is important to put all that into consideration. Asoko Emmanuel, he said, you are doing a fantastic job. More power to you. Thank you very much. Abiola Lawa say, boss, do you think the Liverpool versus Arsenal match could be postponed? I don't think so. They didn't train. Liverpool didn't train yesterday, so they got themselves prepared for the game. They want to play the game. Liverpool are making all effort to play. One of the things that Arsenal and Man City have managed to do this season is to keep their squad safe from COVID. I don't know how they've done it, but then Arsenal coach now had COVID, so let's say I go. But I think the match would go ahead for now. But I mean, I'm not in England. I'm here in Nigeria. I'm in Lagos. I'm in Nigeria, so I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I know what's going to happen 100%, but I hope it's not postponed because too much congestion of fixtures might affect the teams going forward. Divine said, Bayern fans will come for you for calling their issue small issue. No, I'm a partner of Bayern. I didn't know I loved them, but it's a small. I mean, look at the names that were calling for Haaland. If all of them come out to the party to say they want to put money on the table, Bayern does not have that kind of money. Bayern does not spend money like that. And even the salary that Haaland is actually asking for, I don't think that Bayern will be willing to pay. I am not saying they don't have the money. I'm just saying that they're frugal in doing their business, and their business model does not support that. Again, Bayern is such a team that they can go and buy somebody else and who will deliver just as much as Haaland will deliver. Bayern don't go say they want to pay you 750,000 pounds a week. Bayern don't do that. It's not in the Bayern business model, or if I can, it's not about to start it right now because Bayern, for me, in terms of organizational structure, Bayern is the best organized football club in the world in the last 10, 15, or 20 years. Okay? Laolu Oguni, he said the MPFL teams have a great followership that can be of great commercial value, e.g. Enugu Rangers, Stationary Stars, not the MPFL. And Stationary Stars not their following. That following was yesterday's following, not today's following. They don't have following. Stationary Stars, let's call it spade a spade. Stationary Stars not the map again. They've tried and done everything they want to do to come back. That team, let's everybody just relax for one day and say that team is dead and let's move on. Okay? Stationary Stars is like Nottingham Forest. Even Nottingham Forest is still doing well because they're still playing competitive football. Stationary Stars have too much problems around them that let's just move past Stationary Stars and focus on the teams that are there. Kano Pillars, yes, I agree with you. 3SC, let us share our great MPFL experiences and go global. Thank you very much, Jalalu, for that one. As okay, man, I said about why can't Barcelona bid for Chukwueze because Chukwueze is not good enough. I don't think there are more young players in La Liga better than him. There are a lot of players better than him. You're just saying that because he's a Nigerian player. First of all, Chukwueze does not have good assists. Chukwueze does not know when to cut back. He does not know how to cross the ball. You have to deal with that. If you play for Barcelona, those are some of the things. If Chukwueze go to Barcelona, it will expose him because every time he gets to the byline, he crosses as suspect. This is not me saying like Terry Chukwueze that, but I'm just answering your question. That's the reason why they're not going for him because he's close to them. They're watching him. They're seeing everything that he does. Chukwueze does not have the composure to cross a ball timely, perfect crosses. When you want to play for Barcelona, you strive for perfection, you improve your game on a daily basis, and those are the ingredients that are missing in Chukwueze's game. I hope that one day he finds a reason or he finds a coach that inspires him to improve. Finally, my friend is back. Desteras Henry. Okay, I know you took your Christmas break and you're resting, and I can understand that. He said, Happy New Year, Daffy. I think Arsenal paying 70 million for Vlahovic isn't wise. Okay, so I would prefer a non-Premier League poacher. Do you think Liverpool versus Arsenal match will be postponed? You're closer to them than I am, so you should know better. Okay, I don't think it will be postponed. Liverpool, like I said earlier, is doing everything to make sure the match goes on. Arsenal, I don't know if there's a new outbreak of COVID issue, but I think they have a good squad to prosecute that game. It's a Carabao Cup game. It's not a big deal. Manchester United fans are beginning to get agitated. This coach came and told everybody that it's either you're pressing or you're not pressing. Pressing is like pregnancy. You're either pregnant or you're not pregnant. But the team is playing Squid Game football formation. 4-2-2-2-2-2-2-2-2-2-2-2, like B2 engine that is shot on plug. Okay, so they lost the game to Wolverhampton Wanderers and everybody's going crazy. But this is his first defeat. I don't think that they should give him some time and see how it goes. Okay, Arsenal is far better than who? P moment to say, please give us a Bible version of your father. It is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but everyone that proceeds out of the mouth of the Lord. You know, yeah, now. Okay. There's breaking news on Daily Mail. It says that Novak Djokovic could be stopped by border control in Australia as the anti-vax world #1 prepares to land in Melbourne within hours, while their Home Affairs Minister says no one is exempt from strict requirements. Okay, we shall see. Let's say I go. But you know, this old thing that this is going to be controversial. People look at me and say, "Oh, this thing that I was saying, as the Bible, as Jesus said in the Bible, give what is Caesar to Caesar and what is God to God." Now that we now know that even if you vaccinate, you can still catch COVID. Why are we putting up all this drama? Okay, about Novak Djokovic, or is it that they just need to use some celebrities to do show off? You know, to prove that they can stand their feet and all that. I don't know. Maybe that's what they are doing. But I wish them the best in their pursuit. Let's not forget that Peter Iwanade is waiting in the wings with them. See them, but I've had fun today on the show. Thank you very much, Uncle Ariwala, for joining in on the show, and every other person who joined in. And the YouTube is really buzzing and feeling very, very good. Divine Tokyo say plus Chukwueze is predictable, very predictable. As in extremely predictable. I think that so let's look at the positive side to Chukwueze. His runs are good, his amazing runs are good. His use of tight space is also good. Those are some attributes that Barcelona would love. But you see, the thing about playing for a team like Barcelona, Manchester City, top clubs, is your final ball. Your final ball is what counts. Look at Nicolas Pepe. Does he use the space very well? Yes. His hold on the ball is very poor. He turnover possession very much. But his final balls are not really that good. He sat on the bench for a very long time and he remembered that, okay, this is how you play football, and came in the Carabao Cup and made 3 assists. But on the long run, he is like the 7 sons of Skivas. Okay? Paul, I know, Peter, I know, but who are you? He doesn't really have that thing that you would say, if we have, like, we're running down the clock and we have a counter attack and the ball comes to Chukwueze, is he going to make the decision? Because you play for Barcelona. Barcelona is more of decision making than any other thing. Does he make the decision? Well, no. So I'm going to analyze Chukwueze with construction engineering, civil engineering. In civil engineering, one word that is thrown around a lot is the word consistency. And consistency is in relation to, let's say they are doing road. The aggregates, which you all call granite, but they call it aggregate. The aggregate, the cement, the sand, the water, the mixture, the texture must be consistent. If not, you might end up setting up a pillar that will collapse tomorrow. So there is no consistency, and that's not just Chukwueze. It is the same for Moses Simon, the same for Chidera Juke, it's the same for a lot of Nigerian players. That's why they don't go past the average club level to the top club. You need to show consistency. Your game needs to be fully consistent, and then clubs can ask, okay, we can bank on you guys. We can bank on this person to come and play. The reason why Barcelona is struggling today is 90% or 80% of the players in the team are not consistent. 1 minute they are playing well, and then you come back on them the next minute. They can't play the first 5 minutes in a very, very fantastic way, and you're like, oh, Barcelona are back, and then the second half, they are crumbling like a pack of cards. You don't want to add a Chukwueze to the squad, and you're not sure what they're bringing. Why is everybody talking about Erling Haaland? You are sure of what you're getting in him. If he's not injured, he's going to be on the goal hunt on a regular basis. Not just that, it brings, a player that scores that much means that defenders cannot afford to play a high line and go ahead and leave him behind, because he's got speed and he's got precision, accuracy, so there's consistency to his game. All of these Nigerian players that were mentioned do not have consistency. And then football is played on three levels. So youth football is played on passion level. Then there's professional level, and then there is high performance level. When you play for teams like Bayern Munich, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Manchester City, some of the top clubs, you are expected to put up high performance on a consistent basis. So 100% of the season, high performance should be put up for 90% of the season. So you can have your downtime for 10%. It is okay. Can Chukwueze boast of that on a consistent basis? Can he deal with that demand? Because the demand of playing, look at Wan-Bissaka. When Wan-Bissaka was with his former club, he was one of the best defenders, because what they require in that club is a player who can defend. Nobody gets past him. It's not a club that always go forward to look for goals. Came to Manchester United, high performance expectation. They don't only need him to defend. After all, they're not, defending that much. They are always going forward. Now they need him to go forward, bump in the crosses, make the crosses very accurate and precise. He doesn't have it. And all of a sudden now, they say Wan-Bissaka is not a good defender. The question is he found wanting in his place of defending? No. But the demand from a high performance team is that not only are you expected to defend, we are holding the ball more than the opposition in 80% of the games that we play. So it means that we're not going to be defending that much, but we want you to bump forward. When you bump forward and find yourself in between the lines in those gaps, we need your cross to be precision perfect. You need to cross that ball like a professional doctor or a surgeon that is doing brain surgery. Do you have it? The answer is no. So those are the things that make people like Chukwueze good player. That's the word, good player, but not a great player, not an exceptional player. So good place for Villarreal, good place for those medium clubs. Great is what Barcelona is looking for right now, because they need players that can drag them from the pit that they find themselves. It's like you have a 32-wheeler truck stuck in the mud. You're not going to get a bicycle to tow it. You're not going to get a Toyota Camry to tow it. You either go get a payloader, a drag truck, a dump truck that have same or more, bigger capacity to that truck to tow it out of the mud. So that's what Barcelona need right now. Barcelona need a player who can show consistency like concrete that is mixed by Julius Berger, not LCC, and have surgical precision in their play. So when they come in, they are instantly going to add value, not the one that the coach will start teaching. Oh, this is when you get into this place, this is what you do, this is what you do, that is what you do. Barcelona cannot afford that right now. They don't need that right now. They need a player that will perform. Just come in and perform. You know that thing they call plug and play. When you buy a brand new electronics, you don't need to go ask your electrician what to do. It's plug and play. Thierry Bachacha, that's what they need right now. And unfortunately, I don't think Chukwueze provide that for them. Well, thank you very much. Come to the end of the show. It's the time for me to step out of the studio and give Peter Iwinode the chance. Thank you to everybody who's listening to us via the app, via the online channel, www.elegbetedtv.com/radio. Mobile app on the Android store is Elegbete TV Radio. On YouTube, on Facebook, and on Instagram. Thank you very much, Uncle Ariwala, for joining in on the show as well. God bless you. And for every one of you guys there, have a fantastic day. My name is Idafri Matthew Esogene. Good to have been on the microphone with you today. God bless you and have a great day. Bye-bye.
Il y a un peu plus de constamment les gens regardent quand they go inside by the month of this money. I see the applicative says they can do all things through him restricted